They play dress up together. Oh, yeah. So post your comments on this topic now so we can check them out later when we get into it, okay? So, because we go, you know, to people.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. So was there
Isn't that how
anything
it
on the show we didn't get to before we go on?
I feel like I really didn't do a good job of converting you on the show into a Cleveland Cavaliers fan.
Oh.
I know we've had this. I know we've had this discussion. I know you're already bored with the topic. Listen, I love Steph Curry. I actually covered him for ABC News in the finals. Steph Curry.
He is the most
MVP.
amazing shooter ever.
This was
we
This is right after they won last year.
Who cares?
No, this is right after we won. I have the utmost of respect for this guy. He's a family man. He married his high school sweetheart. They met in youth group. They have wonderful children.
She's a really good cook.
She's a really good cook. I love that, but I'm cheering for Cleveland. That's all I'm saying, because they haven't had a championship in 50 years. Joy, I know you did not want to put. Come on, just please bear with me and do this.
I'm not. Just stay away from me.
Joy,
I'm not wearing it.
Mess up her hair.
You want to give it to me? I'll give it to my husband. Maybe he'll wear it to bed. I don't know.
You've never told me.
I know a guy named Irving. He'll wear that.
Here, hold on. Just at least let me lay it on top of you.
All right.
Come on, lean back.
All right, fine.
Just like that.
All right.
Show your team spirit, Joy.
All right. You know, I think I've seen a couple of basketball games. It's fine. I'm just not a sports. I'm not a sports
that's
aficionado.
why the sub-story, the side story is Riley Curry.
The show. She is so cute.
I used to like it when John McEnroe used to have fights on the tennis court. Those are the type of things.
You like the drama.
I like the drama of sports, behind the scenes, not the actual sport.
You should watch an ESPN 30 for 30. Those are all drama.
Oh, yeah?
Sports. It's a good marriage for you.
All right, you know, I want to talk about Ryan Gosling for a second.
Oh, my gosh, now you're talking.
Ryan Gosling, who is so handsome and sexy, I think, he has said that women are the greatest sex. He said, I think women are better than men, stronger, more evolved. Now, there's a man in the audience over there. Can you stand up, sir? Because I must ask him in that lovely shirt, that Tommy Bahama shirt.
Tommy Bahama.
Because maybe he can weigh in on this. Do you agree with Ryan?
Maybe.
Oh!
You don't think so? For sure, you don't think so?
That might be his wife next to him.
That's all right. Is it your wife?
Yes.
He says that women are better than men, stronger and more evolved. I don't know about stronger mentally, he means, not physically.
Can endure more.
Yeah. I mean, this woman just, you know, had a turkey come out of her crotch.
I pushed a baby.
So.
Have you done that? No.
Not yet.
I win.
Pretty cool. So, no. Also, women are more talkative than men. Thank you. Sit down. Are there any men who disagree or who agree who would like to speak to this? No. There's three guys right there. The beard. Go to the beard. The beard. He's wearing a rather Laura Ashley shirt, it looks like.
Absolutely.
I have a bedspread like that.
Come on, women are the mothers of the world. They have the power. They own everything. They are the best. Can't do anything better than your mother.
Yeah.
My husband says the same thing, and I actually think I know it's not a competition, but we are more involved. But he says the planning in advance with women, the difference is, like, for men, they don't think down the road the next step. Like, I'm always watching what we're going to run out of, if we're going to be in a certain part of town, trying to knock things off to-do lists. I'm always more efficient, more planned.
Thinking ahead.
Always one step ahead. Max is, like, really present in the moment, but we always run out of toothpaste on his watch. Like, nothing, I mean...
But maybe that's why there's both in the world, because what one has, the other one doesn't, and what the other one doesn't have. It's a balance, and you need that, because I'm not a big planner. You know, I'm more in the moment, but if I wasn't with someone who wasn't planning, then I would run out of toothpaste. But if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't be going on trips randomly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's get out and do something. You need that balance either way.
Well, I don't do a lot of, like, domestic things, but Max was teasing that once he's like, I really need a wife. And I was like, dude, I need a wife too.
Right.
You are not,
I do too.
That was one of the mantras of the feminist revolution in the 70s. Every woman needs a wife.
I need a wife.
Yeah. Because it's a role. You notice that they don't say...
I was asking.
Do you notice that in wedding ceremonies, they don't say, I now pronounce you man and wife, because most people don't... Because man is a gender and wife is a role. They're not equal.
Husband and wife?
Husband and wife's okay, because it's equal. Man and woman is equal.
Yeah.
I like
How about I now pronounce you awesome? How about that? But I don't think it's necessarily a superiority. I think that, you know, we all have our strengths and we have our weaknesses. And I think just having listen, Ryan Gosling is married and he has 2 little girls, okay? So he's seeing the world through that set of lenses. When you have a boy and a girl, I think that the differences are so innate. I didn't realize how different we are until we had a daughter and then we had a son. And I looked at my husband, I remember having this conversation, I said, I understand it all now. I get you. Because there are so many differences.
Boys are different.
They're just so different. They're just simpler creatures.
Yeah.
They honestly
Simpler
are.
is a nice way to
I don't know if that's
Simpler creatures.
Why do you think
I
boys
think they're
are
more
simpler? I don't
complicated.
think they're
I think
simpler.
they're super complicated.
Well, I don't get them, but they are a little more linear.
No, they have like 3 wishes. Sex, make me a sandwich, and don't talk so much.
I don't think
Those
that's
are
fair.
their wishes.
I don't think that's fair.
Bahama just stood up clapping.
No, I don't think that's fair to say. I think
No,
actually men are more complicated.
I don't think so.
I think they are because they like to keep their feelings inside.
That's
and
not
women,
complication, though.
I'm not finished. They like to keep their emotions inside, and women like to put words to it and say, I need help. So when you have someone who's more closed in, it's harder to really understand what they're going through, which makes them more complicated.
Well, they're
'cause you're
more
like-
repressed, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
They're
because
repressed,
complicated
yeah.
gives it like depth and meaning. This is just like they don't have the skills to do it,
Simple.
so they stuff it down.
They don't
can't
want
bash
to
the
do
guy
it.
like that.
I
Oh,
almost
I'm not bashing. My husband hears it all the time.
you know,
Maybe it's bashing. I just heard myself.
Steve goes out with his friends. He'll go out with his friends for dinner. I said, what'd you talk about? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? What was the I probed. What was the conversation? Who the Mets were winning against.
Some of the teams.
Did Cleveland beat Golden State? All this stuff. That's all they talk about. I said, did you find out if any of them are cheating on their wives? I don't ask questions like that. He goes, what?
He wouldn't be
Well, I
invited
would
to
never
the
ask that
next dinner.
question.
Why do you want to know that? To me, that's prying.
If I was going out with my girlfriends, I would say, are you being faithful to your husband? We would talk about stuff like that.
Gosh.
I don't ever
Joy.
talk about that with my friends.
They could say no, but you ask the question.
And you're going to keep prodding.
I can't wait for Joy to invite me out once.
I will probe. I'm very natural. I'm not just a snitch. I'm nosy.
It's pulling teeth, though. My 6-year-old, I have a girl and 2 boys, but my 6-year-old, it's honestly pulling teeth to get anything out of him. You can't ask open-ended questions like, how was your day? Fine. His homework assignment was they had to draw a picture. They went on a field trip. They had to draw a picture and then write a synopsis, like 3 sentences of what they remember. And he's like, I don't even have a half memory. I don't remember what happened.
Your son
My
said
son,
that.
I'm like,
I don't even have a half memory.
I said, what's your one memory? What's your takeaway? He's like, nothing. I don't even have a half
You know,
memory.
the thing about little boys, though, is that they love their mothers so much. Oedipus is a play that was written back in the ancient Greece.
I love that play.
And it's a story about a man who basically kills his father by mistake and marries his mother by mistake, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So Freud came up with this idea of the Oedipal complex, which he says that children of a certain age unconsciously want to sleep with their mothers and murder their fathers.
There's a movie.
Okay, it's unconscious, but if you watch a little boy, I watched my grandson, okay? I'm not saying he wants to sleep with his mother yet, although he's in her bed a lot. He's 5. But he said to my daughter the other day, first of all, I said, where do you want to live? He said, with mommy at the house. I said, well, what about daddy? Where's he going to live? And he said, he can live in the woods. So I said, well, what's he going to eat? He said he can eat poisonous berries. Okay, then he said to her, I want a cat. She said, you can't have a cat. Why can't I have a cat? Because we have 2 dogs. I want a cat. I love a cat. Daddy is allergic to cats. You know what he said to her? After the divorce, can we get a cat?
What?
Okay, I'm just...
It sounds like he's marking his territory. It's just like marking
This is a
territory.
boy
Like
and
to
his
have
mommy.
their thing, yeah.
What was I telling
Thank God I
you
had a son.
what
He
was
will
I
love
telling
you.
you about the boys and how they were kind of like Landon, my 2-year-old, said, see your boobies? He wanted to see my boobies.
Of course, why not?
Like, it is kind of...
Let's ask Brian about this.
Yes,
I think
Brian.
This is a great segue.
Brian, do you want to
what's
see
your mother
Paula's
like?
boobies?
We'll start with the easy question rather than the Oedipal complex. Like, what do you think that women are a superior sex?
Well, first off, Ryan Gosling and I are like the same guy. Never was. So, I mean, yes, I do. I mean, I have 2 daughters and a strong-willed wife, and I'm
She's watching, Brian.
co-executive producer of The View, so I find you all exhausting. Emotionally, incredibly exhausting, and I badly need a beer with a man. But, yes, but generally, yeah, no, I think that women are stronger in a lot of ways. I do think that.
Brian, you're coming out tonight or what?
I'm exhausted. Yeah.
Do you feel
bet
better?
you are,
Was this a
Brian.
little bit?
Yeah, this was very therapeutic for me.
Therapeutic for you?
Yeah,
I feel
thank you.
sorry.
You should come sit on our couch.
Next time.
We've got Fritos.
Okay, they're telling me we should take audience
I feel
questions.
sorry
So
for
let's go to
Brian.
Josh in the audience who has a question.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, how's it going? So my question is, who's the most famous person in your phones?
In your phone book? In
Yeah.
on your phone.
Paula, why?
So who's the
No, I'm teasing.
You just grabbed my
who's the
boobs,
most
Sarah.
important?
who's the most famous person you guys have in your phone?
Joy
And then
Raven,
who- you're gonna
this will be
share
more
the
interesting
contact.
from those
What,
two.
on my phone?
Yeah, who's most?
One time I
famous,
lost
Raven?
my phone, and a homeless person, she was homeless, she called my house. She went into home and got my husband on the phone, and she said, I knew that this was an important person because Al Sharpton is on her list.
Al Sharpton's in your phone?
Yes. So, yes. You want his number?
Wow.
So that was in a story about relative importance. To this woman, Al Sharpton was the most important. Not Brian, I'll tell you that.
Just interviewing people, you have politicians share the Rolodex with anyone.
No.
Raven, do you
I
probably
have people in my phone just because I'm in this industry and I don't really consider them famous in that sense. You know, I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I have people in my phone because that's who I chill with.
What about you?
I don't really have. I mean, people I've worked with, like Paula's in my phone.
I'm not in your phone.
I've been waiting. Hello.
Give me your phone.
All right, so you don't have any.
I don't really have anyone that exciting in my phone.
All right. Here's number 2. Kathy has a question. Where's Kathy?
Where's Kathy? Hi, Kathy.
Hi,
Hi, Kathy.
Pretty
Hello.
top. I love that blouse.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
That's cute.
I got it at a yard sale.
Hey! Isn't that fantastic?
Thank you.
How much?
How much?
How much?
How much?
$10.
Really good. I'd have got it for you for 7. I'd have got it for you
That
for
was a
7.
score.
She would fit. You come from that family where so when somebody compliments you, you automatically say thank you. It was
Yeah, that's people in New
$4.99, right?
It's in New York.
I love it.
So true.
It's
That's
awesome.
beautiful. What's your question, hon?
My question is, what is the worst traveling experience you've ever had?
Oh, did you have a bad one?
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to answer the question? Anybody
Worst
have an
travel
answer?
experience. I remember I was on a flight. I think I was coming here, and there was a guy that got on the plane. He obviously was not in first class, but he had traveled first class before, and he had a big bass or something with him, right? And he was black, and he wanted to put his bass in the first class, and this woman, older white lady, was like, no, you can't put it up there. Black Lives Matter. You better let me put my bass up in the front. You don't know. I'm like, yo, calm down, bro.
Raven, you just scared me, honestly.
No, he scared me. He turned it into something totally different and unnecessary. You don't have a first class ticket, bruh. Put your bass in the back. And literally, she told everybody that was sitting up there, she said, you know what, I really want to apologize. Here's a free Jack. I'm like, let more people come on, more Jack Daniels, please. And 2, we had an email and had to like call in saying, because he went on and off the plane, he held up the plane by 45 minutes, on and off, calling people saying that he felt racially,
Profiled.
thank you very much. And, you know, she doesn't understand the struggle. Put your bass in the back.
All right. All right, before we go on, we have a few comments from the men against the women topic we discussed. So what are they? Who has them? You have them?
Rosie says, these are people that have been weighing in on Facebook.
Okay.
She said, duh, men are super complicated. I agree with Raven. Rosie on Facebook also says, duh, men are super complicated. I agree with Raven. So she said it twice. Cheryl from
She really
Facebook.
means it.
Cheryl from Facebook says men are rarely taught to be in touch with their feelings. They're taught that too many feelings is not masculine. Maybe we should change what we teach. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Then you have all that repression, and then when you held all that in, then you have war. Then you have fights. Then you have people going
And you have a
absolutely
bass player
crazy.
on a flight that goes crazy.
That's
crazy.
right.
Let go of your. What's the problem with a man crying and then getting in touch? I don't understand that. Can someone explain that? Can a man explain why it's bad to cry? I don't get it.
Well, they're taught not to. They're told to be
why?
macho.
It's not
Well,
masculine.
But I
It's
don't
not
choose to.
masculine.
It happens. Like, it's going to happen in a second.
I'm not in love with men.
Hormones.
I'm not in love with men who cry. I have to say.
But it's not. You don't have to cry.
It's a terrible
to,
thing, I know.
You don't
but like
have
when
to
they
cry to
start
emote.
crying and
You ain't got
blubbering
to
all over the
cry,
place.
like,
You
well
ain't got
up.
to
John
cry.
Boehner, remember John
You
Boehner?
ain't got to cry, Craig.
Do you know?
ain't got to cry.
Do you know who John Boehner is?
Yes, former
the
Speaker
one
of the
who's
House.
orange. He's more orange than Trump.
We gotta go.
But what if they cry during beaches or
cried.
something?
Bye.
We gotta
all right.
go.
All right. No,
gotta
we're
go.
not leaving yet. No, we're not leaving yet. So what are you saying? We finished
I was
the
saying
thought.
that I don't want him to cry like John Boehner, but like when you watch Beaches or something, when you watch like an emotional movie, I want to see him tear up a little.
Listen,
Jeez.
the camera should be on the person who's speaking. On the person who's speaking. Okay, thanks for hanging around with us after The View. And don't forget to hit us up on Twitter and Facebook. We'll see you tomorrow.
Mañana.
We're back.